Good afternoon. Brett Richter here at the Beausejour Complex for the CPTC. It is race weekend and conditions are absolutely fantastic. Have a little time here today, so we're going to chat with another one of the racers who has a little bit of an interesting history. We've got the number 29 F500 of Brad Harrison with us, and he's got a little bit of a change from last year, so we're going to get into that. How are you doing, Brad?
Good, yourself?
Fantastic. Yeah, it's a beautiful race weekend, right?
Yeah, it was a little bit cold yesterday and the day before, leading up to the weekend, but looks like it's going to warm up a little bit.
Yeah. Most people aspire to go up through the ranks and end up in champ. You've run champ, and this year you've made a concerted effort to say, I'm going to go back and race F500 and put my marbles in that game. What brought that decision around?
Yeah, so kind of rewinding a little bit, I actually started off my racing career in F500. So yeah, I raced that for a few years, and then I ended up getting a pro light. I ran it at Beausejour for about a year and a half, and then I made the transition to champ. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I was in champ for about a season, and then I ended up selling the champ, and I had an offer to run actually my old F500 that I originally built. So I took that opportunity, and here we are.
Yeah, actually, I saw some pictures of it just the past couple of days. It's a sharp-looking machine.
Yeah, it turned out good. I mean, we work on it all summer, so a lot of work goes into it. And
yeah. What's going to be the hardest transition for you to go from champ to F500?
It's definitely the speed. It's a little bit slower. Honestly, I do kind of enjoy working on the F500 a little bit more. It's not as hectic and crazy as champ.
Right.
I mean, I got to give my hats off to those guys running champ. It takes a whole team to run a champ sled. So.
Right, yeah, successfully. If you want to get to the top of the champ class, it's not an easy climb.
Yeah, for sure.
It takes a lot of work and a lot of time to get there. The F500 class is becoming more and more popular again. It's almost, I don't want to say the average man's class, but almost anybody can get into an F500 class and be somewhat competitive and have a good time and race it. But there's a level of competitiveness when you start getting towards the top of that class that I think almost rivals champ. Would you agree?
Yeah, for sure. There's definitely a top, 5 or 6 people that are really competitive every weekend. They're always consistent, so you gotta for sure watch out for those guys.
Yeah. How do you feel about driving styles in F500 versus champ? I feel like in champion you've got a pretty good idea if this is so-and-so, you understand their driving style. With F500 being a bit of a feeder class, are you a little bit more on your toes? You got to be a little bit more paying attention to what's going on? Yeah, I mean,
I guess it kind of is an entry class a little bit. As you kind of work your way up, though, into pro F500, the guys are a little bit more aware of kind of where their driving lines are and stuff, so you're not as bumper cars as sport F500 or whatever, but yeah, no, for sure, champ, you can trust those guys when you're coming into a corner. They stick to their lines, and
right.
That's yeah.
What are your season aspirations for the F500 this year? You got a lot of traveling you're going to do? You're going to kind of stick close to home? What are you thinking?
Yeah, you know what? We're for sure going to run, local here at CPTC, but I'd like to for sure go down south, maybe try and hit up Wausau and maybe run a CMPR a little bit. We'll see how this weekend goes and kind of go from there.
Sure. Do you have a benchmark for this weekend? You got something you're shooting for?
Yeah, for sure. We kind of want to leave off or start where we left off in March there. Out of 27 guys, we finished second in pro, so we kind of want to come out hot and heavy and keep it going for the season. Yeah,
it's a big field. When I was looking at the listing, I was surprised at how many people are in there already.
Yeah, I think we got 21 guys, so
yeah,
it should be a good weekend.
And your first heat's got a couple of stalwarts in it.
Yeah, you know what? Kendra, she's in there. Colton Abraham, he's in there. So yeah, it's going to be it'll be a fun heat. And Kendra, she's always fast. So
right.
She's always somebody to look out for.
Yeah, it's always fun. She's another one of those ponytail people. You see it flying in. Yeah. Hopefully, you're not seeing it from the back, but you never know.
Yeah.
It takes a lot of people, obviously, to get you to a racetrack. It takes a lot of sponsorship and a lot of help. So, is there anybody you really want to thank to make that happen?
Yeah, you know what? I want to thank Mike and Tanis Shackelford. They're the ones that gave me the opportunity here to run the F500 for them. Mike's healing up there, so. Yeah, I'm just glad to be a part of their team for this year. Obviously, I want to thank my dad, Tony, my wife, everybody in the trailer who's involved. It takes a whole team to put something together for a weekend here. So And then, yeah, my sponsors, Triton Air Mechanical, Shore to Shore Marine and Power Sports. We got Big Smoke Barbecue. We got Madsen Bros Auto Body, Parrish Backhoe Services. We got Bow Estates and Guillot Family Farms and Works Crankshafts. So I want a huge thank you to those guys.
Yeah. It's really important in the sport these days. Everybody's aware that there's not a lot of money floating around here. You're not out here trying to win $10,000 this weekend.
No, not this weekend. But yeah, no, it for sure takes everybody to kind of make a team. So.
Yep. Just recently announced is the Decker Triple Crown for the F500 class, which I think is really kind of an interesting approach for what is not quote unquote labeled the premier class anymore. What are your thoughts about that Triple Crown series?
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I mean, $10,000 to win's a huge payout. Of course, that's American money. So if a Canadian goes down south and wins that, that's with the dollar exchange, that's some pretty decent coins. So, but yeah, it's cool to see F500 being that class that they chose for that. There's always tough competition and a lot of guys that show up for F500. So I think it'll be pretty sweet.
Yeah, it'd be really nice if we can keep that going and keep that series kind of working year round. So or for next year. So great news. You ready for the FXR Fast 10?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay. Easy ones. Oh, you got sports and recreation. Racquetball or tennis?
Tennis.
If your wife made you attend, would it be a dancing class or a cooking class?
Cooking class.
You play chess or checkers?
Chess.
Xbox or PlayStation?
Xbox.
Would you rather have a mountain bike or a road bike?
Mountain bike.
Rather go to a flea market or a mall?
Mall.
NASCAR or NHRA?
NASCAR.
Canoe or a kayak?
Canoe.
Would you rather play paintball or ultimate frisbee?
Paintball.
Reese's Peanut Butter Cup or Snickers?
Oh, I'm going to have to go with frozen Reese's.
Nice. Good answer. We like that one.
Yeah.
So best of luck this weekend.
Yeah, thank you, Brett.
Like to see that helmet coming back just the way it is every time. Don't want to see it upside down or sideways or in the hay.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
So, all right. Best of luck.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. All right. That is Brad Harrison, driver of the number 29 F500. He will be out in race number 8 this weekend, sorry.